Digital finished building TripSyncGo. The app worked. It was live on both app stores, and I still lost a significant amount of money. Not on development, not on agency, on a decision I made afterward. One that taught me the most expensive lesson of this entire journey. Today I'm walking you through everything it actually took to go from finished app to a working business. The payment gateway that almost broke us, the app store rejection nobody tells you about, and the mistake that cost me more than building the app itself. If you watched the last episode, you know I made my decision. Said digital would build TripSyncGo. After a few planning meeting development started. It took several months. And during that time, two problems showed up that I genuinely didn't see coming. Neither one was about code, both were about infrastructure. Most founders never think about until they hit them. First one, payment gateways. I need a way to travelers to actually pay through the app. Simple requirement should be simple to solve. It wasn't. At the time, Stripe, the payment gateway, most startup around the world just plug in and go, wasn't available for Sri Lanka. Not an option, gone before I even started. So I had to look at local option. I need a partner I could trust completely because this money moving between travelers and drivers. Trust isn't optional here. After comparing a few options, I decided to move forward with Sampath Bank PSC payment gateway. Out of everything available, it felt most trustworthy. Trustworthy came with a price. The conditions were extreme. After multiple rounds of discussion, we finally partnered with them, but only after agreeing to deposit a significant collateral amount just to access the payment gateway facility. Think about that for a second. As a startup, every rupee mattered. And here I was, required to lock away substantial amount of money just for the right to accept payment. I'm not saying it was wrong. I understand why banks require this, but nobody warns you about this step. When you dreaming up a startup idea, nobody puts negotiate collateral requirements with a bank in the existing founder story. This was one of the hardest part of the entire build. Second all, getting approval on the app stores themselves. You think the app works, it ready, submit it, done. Google Play had other plans. We got rejected, fixed the issues, resubmitted, rejected again. And here's the part that really tests your patience. Every time you get rejected, you don't get to just fix it and resubmit immediately. You wait 14 days before you can try again. Multiple rejection cycle, multiple 14 days wait just to get listed. But eventually it happened. TripSyncGo went live, both Apple App Store and Google Play Store. That moment mattered. After everything, the app was finally real, downloadable in the world. Before I go further into the challenges, I need to actually show you how TripSyncGo works. Because everything after this point only makes sense once you understand the product itself. After everything with Claire, I sat with one question for weeks. How do I actually make this easier? So I did something specific. I designed the entire ecosystem from two different point of view. First, I put myself in the traveler's shoes. What would make their planning genuinely easier? Then I put myself in the private driver's shoes. What would make this genuinely worth their time? Here is what that became. TripSyncGo is built for travelers who love planning their own trips, people who want control over their own itinerary, not a fixed package. Inside the app, travelers enter their destination one by one. As they build their route, they can find activities around each stop along with hotels and accommodation with direct contact to those providers. We are actively onboarding activity and accommodation partners right now. Once traveler complete their full itinerary, that's when our first real USP kicks in. They post that itinerary and verify private drivers who match the requirements get notified. A new opportunity has appeared. Drivers then submit their price, not just a number. The full price include the driver's accommodation, fuel, meals, and toll fees, all bundled into one bid. So instead of a traveler chatting separately with five different drivers, asking what's include, what vehicle they drive, negotiating back and forth, they compare everything in one place at once inside the app. But here's the feature I'm most proud of it. The one that actually solve clear exact problem. Splitting. A traveler can split the itinerary and find separate drivers for each individual leg of the trip. If you are staying 3 nights in one location, you don't pay a driver to sit there waiting while you enjoying the hotel. You book him for the day you actually leave. That's it. Enter your itinerary once, split it however you want, compare prices instantly. And it's not just drivers. Travelers can find separate tour guides the same way for the whole trip or just for specific leg. That's TripSyncGo. That's how it actually makes travel easier. Now, to make any of this actually work, I had to face one of the hardest realities of this entire business model. I am running a two-side marketplaces. That means I have to balance two completely different groups at the same time. Private drivers on one side, travelers on the other side. And here's the catch. Before I could bring travelers to the platform, I needed drivers already on it. You can't sell an empty marketplace. So my first move had to be recruiting private drivers, getting our message in front of them first. I decided that doing this entirely on my own would be too much to carry alone. So I looked outward, and that decision led directly to my first real mistake. I started researching digital marketing agencies. And here's something honest I need to tell you. I was afraid to work with anyone who had real technical capability, anyone who could build an app themselves. I was scared they might steal the idea. Looking back, that fear actually steered me toward the wrong decision. We handed the project to a digital marketing agency, paid a significant amount for running campaigns. They were genuinely helpful in one area, recruiting private drivers to the platform. That part worked. But they completely failed at tourism onboarding. The message that was supposed to reach travelers, it never landed clearly. It wasn't communicated the way it needed to be. Now, I believe a good campaign need real time, at least 3 months to actually show results. So I stayed patient. I gave them 4 months. They still didn't deliver what I expected. So I did the research myself. I dug into what actually makes a campaign work for an app specifically. And that's when I understood the real problem. This agency had never run a campaign for an app before, not once. That was the exact detail I missed when I assigned them the project in the first place. I cost us significant amount of money and we had to start over from scratch. That was the most expensive lesson of this entire journey. Not the payment gateway collateral, not the app store rejections, choosing the wrong partner without checking if they had actually done this specific thing before. That's everything for today. Payment gateways, App Store approval, how TripSyncGo actually works under the hood, and the expensive mistake that I thought need to verify, not assume beforehand in my business to someone else. If I have made similar mistake, trusted the wrong partner, assume capability that wasn't there, I want to hear about it. Tell me in the comments. I read every single one. In the next video, I'm showing you exactly where we stand right now. The real progress after 90 days. Numbers grow, what's working, what is still isn't. Subscribe so you are here for it. And comment below. Tell me what you are think we should do, what we should have done. If you are lived through something similar, I genuinely want to hear it. Good, yeah. See you at the next.